Today we're going to talk about how to determine the volume of a sphere. So imagine a basketball that you could cut the top off of just a little bit and open up a flap, and you fill it with water, make it really heavy. Close the flap. How much water are you filling into that basketball? That's the concept of a sphere. So I'm actually going to start down here so that you can see the picture, because you guys know I'm going to attempt to draw this and it's not going to be pretty. When we think about the volume of a sphere, actually I kind of like this one. Thinking about the volume of a sphere, it is 4/3, and I know you're like, why? Just go with it. 4/3 times pi times r cubed, where r is talking about the radius. So 4/3 is actually a fraction that's improper because the numerator is bigger than the bottom, the denominator. And so why is this more? Because if you think back to the volume of a cone or a pyramid, it was 1/3. Well, if we think about, bad sketch alert, trying to create a box, a cube inside, that is 100% of the volume of the cube, and the volume on the outside is another third more, thus 4/3, which is the same thing as 1 plus 1/3. So I promise this formula is actually pretty nifty. When we take a look at example number 8 in particular, this is the diameter. So we need to find our radius, which means we'll take that 94.8 and divide by 2. So we're looking at our radius of 47.4. We will take 4/3 times pi times 47. If I could write correctly, life would be easier. 47.4 cubed. So notice it's just the 47.4 that's going to get cubed. I will put my calculator here on the screen so you can see. So I'm going to use 3.14 for pi. I don't know why I just hit enter. Times 47.4 raised to the third power. That's just cubing the 47.4. And now my equipment has failed. Let me zoom in and see if I can make this better for you guys. Hey, there we go. But we still need to address the 4/3. So we're going to go times 4 divided by 3. And that, holy cow, guys, that seems huge. But, I mean, we were talking a radius of 47.4, so it's kind of big. Of 445,865 point not much feet cubed. But again, this is almost 100 feet across. That's a pretty big basketball to be filling. So that's something to keep in perspective. So I'm going to take a look at number 10. Number 10 is what we call a hemisphere because it's half of a sphere. So when we talk about the concept of this hemisphere, notice that our diameter is 14.4, so our radius will be 7.2, just cut it in half. To find the volume of this hemisphere, we're going to find the volume of the whole sphere. Notice my crappy drawing. 4/3 pi times 7.2 cubed. And then we're going to divide that by 2 because we're going to cut this in half. It's half of a basketball. So I'm, again, hopefully going to be able to model this with my calculator. Sometimes it doesn't like the zooming aspect of that. So 3.14 in place of pi times 7.2 cubed to the third power times 4 divided by 3, and then divide that answer by 2 because we're taking half of our space. So 781.3, I've already forgotten, but that was meters cubed. All right, let's back it up. Let's take a look at 2, 4, and 6. So number 2, we have a sphere. And I kind of just like put a belt on it. That's my sphere. I could do worse. I have done worse. There we go. So the diameter is 10, which means that the radius is 5. So we will have 4/3 times pi times 5 cubed. And I'm not going to put my calculator under the screen anymore because it just doesn't like it. So that gives us 523.3 inches cubed. Number 4, now notice the language, the radius of the hemisphere. So that's going to be the top half of the circle, which I cannot draw very well. But remember, the hemisphere is going to be half. So here's our radius. So we'll go 4/3 pi times 7 cubed, and then divide that whole answer by 2. So 3.14 times 7 to the 3rd power times 4 divided by 3, divide that by 2 again, and we have 718 point not much feet cubed. Number 6, the circumference of the hemisphere is 48 yards. Sorry, I'm laughing at something going on in the background of my house. Now this one's a little bit different. So we've got our hemisphere poorly drawn. The circumference is 48 yards. I think I'm going to leave this one as a bonus for you guys. If you can figure this out, you guys are going to get extra credit. Bonus. So your task is to figure out how to work through this, and then when you upload your assignment, say answer to number 6 equals, and then reasonable rounding. I'll also make number 3 a bonus because it also deals with circumference. There you go, guys. This is under 10 minutes. That's probably my fastest one in a long time. Let me know if you need any help, whether that means math or tech or anything else. And there we go. All right, bye.